Hello, this is Jessica Mckay. I'm an intuitive counselor and spiritual teacher at jessicamckay.com. Thank you so much for watching this video on numerologist.com. This is your May Spirit Guide reading. So before I was preparing to do this reading, I looked at all my decks of oracle cards and I just didn't feel like they were resonating. So I decided to do one of the things I love to do most, which is read energy. So I'm going to be reading the energy of your month ahead. So please pick a number, either number 1, number 2, or number 3. And you can use your intuition to do this. Just see which message resonates with you, which one would be most appropriate for your month ahead. Okay, so if you were drawn to message number 1, the sense I get is that you have been feeling kind of burned out. So I get this vibration, this energy of feeling burned out, but I also get a sense of what's behind that burnout, which is a sense that things have gotten in the way of you being able to completely express some kind of creativity or some kind of energy. So this burnout that I'm seeing isn't something that's permanent. It's very temporary. Our energy is always shifting and changing. So it's like what I'm looking at is that the first part of May, you're actually acknowledging the fact that you could use a break. You could use a break. And whether that just means that you meditate for 10 minutes or whether it means that you take a day off from work if you can, or what I'm also getting is taking a break from circling through a particular problem in your mind. So I get a sense of this wheel that is running for you, a wheel that never stops, that is always wondering, okay, what's the next step I need to do? How can I move myself forward? And there's something about it is wearing you down. And so the guidance I'm getting for you is just to take a break from that. Make it a break for a day, a certain period of time where you are not going to worry about what to do next or how to do it or how to solve a particular problem. When I look at the color of this month for you, it's a beautiful orange. And orange is about solving problems with creativity. So there is going to be some creativity and some creative problem solving that you do, but it's going to come when you actually are giving yourself a rest. So it's not going to come from the energy of worry or pushing yourself too much. So, and then toward the end of May, you've moved into a different vibration, which is a self-healing vibration. It's like a light blue, and it feels so much lighter. It feels like whatever has been burdening you, whatever has been like a weight on you is lessening. So even if this has to do with other people in your life and you've been taking on burdens by processing their issues or trying to fix things for other people, I see that easing up. Maybe because the issue shifts for them and they no longer need that kind of help. Or maybe it's because you set a boundary and you are taking care of yourself. So really positive energy this month. It's the energy of really moving forward and taking things off your plate and going, wow, I thought that was such a huge deal at the beginning of the month, and it ended up being fine. It ended up being okay. And now I'm on to the next thing. So that's the message I'm getting for you this month. Okay. So if you were drawn to message number 2, the energy that I'm getting for you is one of letting go. And this is a positive letting go. There's a deep vibration here of letting go of something that is very, very, very old. So it has this dark blue or indigo color to it. And this feels like it's happening throughout your month, but in subtle ways. And what you're letting go of feels like it has to do with relationships. So it feels like it has to do with some role that you've played in a relationship that isn't serving you anymore. It feels also like it's letting go of something that's been burdening you about your physical body. So what do I mean by that? I get this sense that there's been something on your mind or worrying you, not so much about like major health issues, but a sense of, if I keep going in a certain direction, I'm going to keep putting stress on certain systems, and I'm looking for a way to alleviate that stress. So I feel like this is stress related, and that what you're going to be letting go of is something that has systematically put stress on you. It's put stress on you physically, even though it might be something emotional, having to do with relationships, having to do with your role as you interact with other people. And I feel like you're going to be letting some of that go. And don't worry about how. Just allow it to unfold, because this feels like a very natural, organic process. This doesn't feel like anything you have to create or push in any way. It feels as though there may have been people in your life or someone specific in your life that you were trying to help in a particular way. And it could be the person that you're most connected to in your life. It could be a family member. It could be your partner. But it's a sense of trying to take on too much, trying to fix something that only they really have the power to shift within themselves. And this is a theme, and I think I touched on that in the first message I gave. So if you chose both message number 1 and number 2, this makes sense. So it feels like you're going to start releasing some of that stuff. And when I look at it energetically in spirit, it looks like suitcases. Like you're sitting with suitcases surrounding you, and those suitcases are full of other people's wishes, other people's expectations, other people's judgments, and other people's beliefs. And you're sifting through those this month and saying, hey, I never realized that box was in my closet. I didn't realize that my dad gave me that stuff to hold on to, and I'm going to give it away. I'm going to remove that from my space. So that is the energy I'm getting. And this can be incredibly liberating. It doesn't have to feel traumatic. It can feel really freeing. And so I want that for you. That is my biggest wish for you this month, is that with this cleansing that you're going to do comes that beautiful feeling of freedom and lightness. It's like when you've just given away a bunch of stuff in your house and you have space in your house and you can do new things and redecorate. It's that kind of feeling. So that's the energy that I'm looking at for you this month. Okay, so if you were drawn to message number 3, the energy that I see for you right in the beginning of the month, it feels like the first week. Yeah, the first week feels like it's a light yellow. And light yellow, the color yellow, when it's deep, is usually about making connections mentally, being able to solve issues, being able to very quickly and easily navigate certain things. But this is a pale yellow that I'm looking at. And so I get a sense for you of feeling kind of confused as you enter the first part of May. Confused about how to achieve something, how to move something forward, how much should you be involved in something outside of you. It's like not having clarity. So that's just the first little, it's a small window of your month. What you move into is green, is the energy of green, and that's new growth. So as soon as you kind of navigate through that feeling of, I just don't know what to do right now, I don't know how to move forward, I'm not sure. As soon as you move out of that, you're going to be moving into a green, which is about movement. So that pale yellow period is very, very temporary. It's very quick. And it's also quite necessary. If you always knew what to do, you would be, you probably wouldn't be forced to take time for yourself. So during that first week, ride that out and give yourself space, give yourself time. You don't need to have all the answers right away. If someone is pressuring you to make a decision, hold off on that. You can stall for time on that. I feel like you need time to settle into what it is you might be doing. So whatever that decision brings you to, I feel like you need to wrap your head around it fully before you can give a decision. And then that beautiful growth period feels to me, it's like a spring green. So it's the very beginning of something. It's the beginning of a new relationship. It's the beginning of a new, maybe work situation. So it's just getting your feet wet. So if you're just going into a new job situation or exploring another kind of career path, this is just the beginning stages of that. So let yourself be in that energy of beginning. So for you, this month is about allowing things to be okay as they are. Because of course, all of us to some extent want to jump ahead, and it's like, when is this going to be solved? When am I going to be where I've wanted to be? And let it be about the journey. So enjoy the process that you're going through. And with this growth comes a sense of yourself that I'm getting, a sense of knowing who you are more, a sense of being able to sit in your own authority. So that's really, really beautiful. And not feeling rushed, not feeling pressured, feeling that you can take your time and you can do things at the speed of evolution, the speed that your life and your evolution is moving. A lot of times when we have friction in life, it's because our soul and our body and our being is moving at a particular speed, but our mind has decided that it wants to go faster or something should be different than it is. So I feel like you're sinking into more acceptance about where you are on your path, and where you are is really a beautiful place. It's the place of potential in every way. So that's the message that I'm getting for you. I hope that these messages were helpful. If they were, please let me know. Please share this video with someone who you feel would enjoy having a spirit guide reading. Okay, see you next time.